So before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. So, let's get into it. Alright, so week 10 of the NFL season is just getting started. And for the Chicago Bears, they edge out a win on Thursday Night Football against the Carolina Panthers in a very boring game. In this video, as always, I'm going to give my recap on what I saw during the game, give my grades for offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. And without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're doing the Bears. The Bears edge out a 16-13 win on Thursday Night Football against the Carolina Panthers, a game which had major draft implications and in a game that was mildly entertaining. It was very unentertaining, should I say. I'm not going to hold y'all for too much longer. Let's get straight into the video. The main question that everybody wants to know, how did Tyson Bagent play on Thursday? A very mediocre performance, if I do say so myself. He was 20 of 33 for 162 yards, only averaged 8 yards per throw, no touchdowns, no interceptions, no sacks, but had just a 73 overall quarterback rating. Very mild game for him. Basically in a game manager role. Didn't turn the ball over, which is a plus. Definitely improved off that 4 turnover performance last week. They didn't ask him to do too much, and when they did, he was wildly inaccurate. I think, you know, if they keep him for a long time, he's going to be a very, very good backup in this league. And that showed on Thursday. Sometimes he was inaccurate. He did have a few turnover-worthy throws, but I would say he took care of the ball pretty well. But to me, and I've said this before last week, Justin Fields is clearly the starter when he comes back and he's healthy. He could have played this game, but they held him out. I'm not mad at that. I thought Tyson did okay on Thursday. I thought he fulfilled his job well. Nothing really to write home about, so we'll just move on from that. Rushing the ball. I thought the Bears ran the ball really well on Thursday. D'Onta Foreman, of course, getting his revenge game against the Panthers, had 21 attempts for 80 yards. Averaged only 3 yards per carry, but he did have a touchdown on the day. I thought they ran the ball pretty well. They ran it 37 times, which is just about what they needed to do. Roschon Johnson only had 5 carries for 18 yards. I think, you know, even with Khalil Herbert coming back off of IR, I still think D'Onta Foreman has shown enough to be able to be the running back one. I wasn't saying that at the beginning of the season, but I think D'Onta has done a very good job of filling that running back one role, and it shows. They trust him to run the ball. He's a tough runner. He can catch a little bit. He's a good pass blocker. Really, he was the only source of Bears offense on Thursday, so I'm happy with the way the running game worked. Receiving, I'm a little bit disappointed that DJ Moore wasn't a bigger focal point in the game. He only had 5 catches on the day, only 58 yards as well. None of the receivers had a touchdown. That's to be expected, as they only had 1 touchdown on the day. Cole Kmet had 5 catches for 45 yards, no touchdowns. I think, you know, the receiving game, they really tried to keep it conservative to keep Tyson Bagent from turning it over, and that's fine. I just wanted to see DJ get a little bit more revenge on his former team. Did have a few yards off of the catch moments, but nothing really spectacular to write home about. I do feel like Tyson Bagent missed some opportunities. He missed a wide open Tyler Scott in the middle of the field. He missed a wide open Darnell Mooney. We'll get to that when I get to the coaching segment. But overall, I thought the offense played fairly mediocre. I'm going to give them a C-. 16 points. You know, that's not enough to win against very good teams in this league. You're just lucky that you played the Carolina Panthers. But I do like the way they ran the ball. I think, you know, that's our bread and butter. I like the way the offensive line blocked on Thursday. So overall, they had a pretty mediocre performance, a C- for the offense. Defensively, I thought the defense played pretty well. TJ Edwards, again, the leading tackler on the day. 12 total tackles, 5 solos. Jaquan Brisker followed right behind him with 9 totals and 5 solos with a tackle for loss and a pass deflection. The secondary, every major facet of the game went well for the Bears defense. They did give up, well, they only gave up a field goal on Thursday. They were able to get 3 sacks, so that was one that they came away with that 2-sack goal that I set in the prediction video. They didn't get any turnovers on the Carolina Panthers. They dropped a few interceptions. You know, they got to make those plays if they want to beat better teams. You got to capitalize on turnover-worthy plays, as Bryce Young was giving them some cookies, but they couldn't take it away. I really like how Montez Sweat played. He was able to get a few pressures, 8 pressures on the day, made Bryce Young's job very hard back there. Overall, they stopped the run. So basically everything that I predicted in the prediction video came true. If you forced the Carolina Panthers to sit back and pass, they wouldn't be able to do anything, and that held true. Penalties are still a bit of an issue. Lack of turnovers, lack of capitalizing on turnover-worthy plays. That's still a little bit of an issue. But I was overall really happy with the way the Bears defense played. I think I'm going to give them a B, just a solid B. It helps that you played the Carolina Panthers with some very questionable play calling decisions, not very good quarterback play, not very good weapons on that offense, but still a good defensive performance is a good defensive performance, and I think they did pretty well, so I'm going to give them a solid B. Special teams, Cairo Santos was 3-on-3 field goals. Velus Jones was benched, so that meant Tyler Scott was returning kicks. He only had 1 return for 24 yards. The main thing about special teams is that they gave up that 1 punt return touchdown, which seemed like a very big key in the game until the Bears went back and scored their own touchdown. But the tackling on that play, on that special teams play, is just low effort. Some of the punts were bad on Thursday. Special teams didn't have their best game. At one point, we thought that punt return was going to be the major factor in that game. I thought that was going to be all the Panthers needed. But they kind of shored it up towards the end, and Cairo kind of made up for it as he accounted for a lot of our points. But yeah, I think the special teams is going to have to get a D- as punt returns. Like, you got to be able to be disciplined on special teams, contain the returner, give effort on tackling, and I just didn't see that on Thursday, but I did like how Cairo played, so he gets like an individual A. Coaching, I'm going to keep my same opinion on the coaching. They're not very good. They don't make adjustments. Your team put up 16 points overall for your offense, so that's not very good. Like the way how Flus's defense played. They were able to get pressure on the quarterback. He dialed up some blitzes. He actually played a different type of zone on Thursday to confuse Bryce Young, and I think that really helped your secondary. But at the end of the day, 16 points, multiple questionable decisions on play calling downs, like a screen on third and 10, and multiple draw plays on 3rd and 19 when you need to get out of your own territory to get a better punt. Those are like some of the questionable decisions that Luke Getsy made. The very funny quote that Matt Eberflus had coming into the third quarter is like he had something up his sleeve, and then they immediately go 3 and out. This dude is just hilarious, considering all the drama that they had in the press conferences. But I'm gonna give coaching. I'm gonna give them a C- as well. They did win the game. I felt like their team fought hard for them. I think they need to clean up some of the offensive mistakes and play calling gaffes. But overall, I think the defense really carried this category, so they're going to get a C-. But overall, I think the Bears scraped away with the win against a very bad team. They get a 10 days rest before they go play the Detroit Lions. Hopefully, Justin Fields is back healed again and he's able to play. But we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these Bears videos. As always, follow me on social media, as there's bound to be news coming out about the Bears. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Bear down, and I'm out.